OPF welcomes you all to the live session. Without mental health, there can be no true physical health. A mental illness is a physical illness of the brain that causes disturbance in thinking, behavior, energy, or emotions that make it very difficult to cope with the ordinary demands of life. Mental health is a major concern worldwide, and India not far behind sharing this. The burden of mental disorders is likely to have been underestimated because of inadequate appreciation of the interplay between mental illness and other health disorders. Although the general perception of mental illness has improved over the past decades, studies have shown that stigma against mental illness is still powerful, largely due to media stereotypes and lack of education. So, to educate ourselves about mental health, we have today with us Harsha. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
One of the main reasons why individuals with mental illness do not seek professional help is only because they might not recognize the symptoms as the signs of mental illness. Knowledge of these various symptoms related to different disorders will then allow us to notice when we ourselves or anyone around us is likely to be suffering from a mental illness. So Harsha, could you please elaborate on the signs and symptoms?
Yeah, sure. I can say that there are 9 alarms which help you to analyze your mental health status. So starting from our first alarm, feeling anxious or worried. We all get worried or stressed from time to time, but anxiety could be the sign of a mental health disorder. The worry is constant and interferes you all the time. Other symptoms of anxiety may include heart palpitations, shortness of breath, headache, sweating, trembling, dizziness, restlessness, diarrhea, or a racing mind.
I just remembered during the school days, exam times were used to equal to be freak out times. Tension is running high, there's a lot of pressure and anxiousness.
Yeah, and this reminding me of our second alarm, feeling depressed or unhappy, being sad or irritable for several weeks or more, lacking internal motivation, energy, being teary all the time, or losing interest in things which you love to do, like your hobbies, are all symptoms of depression. Moving to our third alarm, sleep problems. Lasting changes to a person's sleep pattern could be a symptom of a mental health disorder. For example, insomnia could be a sign of anxiety or substance abuse. Sleeping too much or too little could indicate depression or a sleeping disorder. Now coming to fourth one, emotional outburst. Everyone's moods vary from time to time, right? But sudden and dramatic changes in mood, such as extreme distress or anger, can be a sign of mental illness. Changes in weight or appetite, our fifth alarm. For some people, fluctuating or rapid weight loss could be a sign of mental health disorder, such as eating without metabolic need. There is much truth behind the phrase stress eating. In short term, stress can cut down appetite through adrenal hormone. It revved up a physiological state that temporarily puts eating on hold. Contrary to this, if stress persists, it's a different story. Appetite increases due to the release of cortisol hormone, and yes, once stressful episode is over, cortisol level fall. But the thing one should know that if the stress doesn't go away, cortisol level may stay elevated. Think about it.
Very true. Even social media can be really harmful as there's a lot of content out there which can be really triggering, especially for the people with eating disorders.
Not only that, Johanna, but there is so much comparison. We see people comparing to manicured images,
Which is not even real.
Yeah. And I think social media has become a platform where people showcase their happiness, but not about their losses or downs, which is another crucial phase of life.
Yeah, Harsha, this makes people less courageous to fight, and especially in difficult times.
Exactly. And this is why a time comes when people get suffer with our sixth alarm, being quiet or antisocial. Withdrawing from life, especially if this is a major change, could indicate a mental health disorder. If anyone around you is regularly isolating themselves, they may have depression, bipolar disorder, psychotic disorder, or another mental health disorder. Also, refusing to join in social activity may be a sign that they require assistance. And if not, they sometimes encounters with our seventh alarm, that is substance abuse. Using substances to cope, such as alcohol or drugs, can be an indication of a mental health problem. For example, an alcoholic person who wants to free from addiction, but he or she can't do it easily. Hence, substance abuse can lead to mental illness. Coming to our eighth alarm, feeling guilty or worthless. Thoughts like I'm a failure, it's my fault, or I'm worthless are all possible symptoms of a mental health disorder, such as depression. If your friend or loved one frequently criticizing or blaming themselves, they may need help. And when severe, a person may express a feeling to hurt or even kill themselves. This feeling could indicate that the person is suicidal and an immediate assistance is required. And our last alarm, the ninth one, changes in behavior or feelings. A mental health disorder may start out as subtle changes to a person's feelings, thinking, and behavior. For example, somatic disorders, that is when mental factors are expressed as physical symptoms. But mark my words, not all changes in personality and behavior are due to mental disorder. Other causes include systemic disorders, drug intoxication, withdrawal, and side effects. So these are our 9 alarms which help you to analyze your mental health problem. If you have noticed any of these changes or symptoms, seek out to your doctor. Your primary healthcare provider may be sufficient in case of mild mental illness. However, a team approach is appropriate to make sure all your psychiatric, medical, and social needs are met. This is especially important in case of severe mental illness such as schizophrenia.
So if I am suffering from all these symptoms, then do I have to seek doctor?
Yeah, doctor is there with you to help in identifying the cause behind these symptoms, whether they occur due to mental illness or not. If anyone is diagnosed with mental disorders like anxiety, schizophrenia, depression, and bipolar disorder, psychiatric help is essential. And yeah, don't ever compare your treatment type or therapy with anyone, as there are different treatment available based on the diagnosis of mental illness. For example, mindful practice and stress management approaches are two health interventions that have the evidence of efficacy and measurable outcomes for reducing burnout and promoting resilience in people. And hence, they appear to be of significant benefit even under pandemic conditions. Moreover, such evidence-based preventive measures and interventions will help to strengthen the mental health and resilience of people in the long run, and this make them better prepared to manage and thrive at work during difficult circumstances. Also, because of the pandemic in the general population and particularly among healthcare workers, mental health is suffering as a result of workload and stress. So if you notice any sign or symptoms, please go for medical attention, speak with your family, friends, or anyone close to you.
Stigma about the mental illness affects not only the number of people seeking treatment, but also the number of resources available for proper treatment. Stigma and misinformation can feel like overwhelming obstacle, especially for someone who is struggling with a mental health condition. So could you please tell us a few powerful things which we all can do to help the people in our surroundings to end the stigma?
First of all, I would like to say the most powerful thing is this is a community task. And we all can do this by advocating within our circles of influence, whose help make sure that these individuals have the same rights and opportunities as other members of our society, school, and community. And one more thing, many of us observe that showing people respect and acceptance remove a major barrier to them in successfully coping with their illness. Having people see you as an individual and not as your illness can make the biggest difference for someone who is struggling with their mental problem. All in all, spread more knowledge regarding mental health allows us to create a more welcoming society for those affected in our families and communities.
What if we looked past a fear of mental health and started to talk about in a constructive way? What if, as a society, we used empowering words and healthy images to help people feel supported? Maybe then more of us could feel comfortable telling others what when we are having a hard time. Maybe more people could get the help they need, and maybe one day we won't have to talk separately about mental health and physical health, but just health. The truth is,
Right.
each one of us has the power to change a culture. So let's break the stigma. So thank you so much, Harsha, for being with us.
Thank you, Johanna. Thank you, OPF, for making me a part of this wonderful health awareness program.
It was a really good conversation.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
thank you
yeah.
so much to all our audience for sticking with us till the end. So thank you so much. So we'll be back again with another session. So stay tuned. Thank you so much.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye. Thank you.